All right, so I always retrofit my homes at the bottom. When I say retrofit, this is exactly what I mean. So I'll take my foam core as it is and I'll put some cardstock on both sides. Either if it's on the foundation, I'll put the cardstock here because you don't want for your home to be dented. You don't want any of that. So it's best to avoid that because sometimes I'll lift my homes up by the foundation and, you know, it's good to have protection. So I'll show you guys what I did. So this is the bottom of the Gingerbread dream home, and you know, I just, like I said, I put foam core in the middle, then I have the card stock or the crescent board here and then here, so it's a lot more sturdier and I feel like really good about the progress of it. So that is what we had to do. It took about 25 minutes. Okay, so now it is time for me to rebuild the yard, putting on a new base. I'm going to be putting it on a 12 by 15 wood base. Now, the original base that I had it on before, it was a little messy at the bottom because I used it to paint my sand texture, and I don't want people to kind of feel that, you know, that's kind of like unfinished. And I want everything to look professional and really nice. So I'll show you guys what I'm talking about. So of course, I can't use that and send that out. I mean, think about filling under it. Yeah, it's a little textury, but nah, I can't send it out like that. I mean, I could sand this down and repaint it, but ain't nobody got time for that. I got like a bunch of homes to do. I ain't got time for that. So we're gonna keep it like this. So now what I'm gonna do is just Mod Podge this on there. I'm gonna put Mod Podge on the front and Mod Podge on the back. And Mod Podge is like glue and water. And it gives it, depending on what you choose, you can go with different sheens like a satin, a gloss, high gloss to make it shiny. It also gives it like a coat, like to protect. For example, this is printed on printer paper. So of course this is probably gonna smear a little bit when the liquid goes on there. But let's say like if in the future I was able to spill something on this, it wouldn't penetrate it. So that's the good thing about Mod Podge. It helps protect a little bit, or a lot of it really. So now what I'm doing is I'm just presetting everything up and I'm just seeing how it looks before I glue and attach everything. I'm gonna put the house back on there just in case I don't like it and I like the duration of it. So I still have to do a lot for the base and for the yard. So I'm just gonna set it on there to see if the position is right. But before I do all of this, something is saying to paint this white, because if, you know, who wants to do extra touch-ups? Not me. So we're gonna paint it white. All right, so I've now been tasked with adding trim on the outside. I was thinking I was gonna make this white, but I know what happens with light colors and whites. When you get a lot of handprints on them, and you know, when you're moving it around, it does kind of scrape off and it does rub off a little dirt. So I'm not gonna paint these white, you know. It's really hard to keep stuff like that clean and nice looking because, you know, let's say like if you were eating some Cheetos or Doritos and you know how when you eat those and the dust or the sauce gets everywhere, we don't want that. So selling this home, I don't want the buyer to have to touch it up. So I'm probably gonna paint it gold. My signature homes all have a gold base, and why not give this home a gold base? I guess you can look at this as if you ever seen a snow globe and you know how some of them have like gold bases, we're going with gold, 14 karat gold. It's gonna be so gold, you might have to get, what's his name? From Austin Powers? Gold member. You know, the one with Beyonce and Austin Powers? And not to mention Dr. Evil. A schmuck and a pancake. No, I'm just joking. But seriously, it's going to be solid gold. So cutting out all these angles, sometimes it's not easy. Sometimes it is, sometimes it's not. Luckily, I can still use this trim. I can use my miter box and also my saw. So this should be, I'm hoping, easy because the interior trim in the inside of the house, that wasn't hard to do. I thought it was going to be really hard, but, you know, it wasn't hard. Normally, you have to match colors and paint more and more and more. But I said, you know what? I'm going to keep everything like it is. I'm going to try to do this like a perfectionist. And everything came out right. But now we're moving off of that. We're still on this trim. So the longer we talk, less work we're going to get done.
Hi, guys.
Come on so people can see you.
Hey.
So remember Gigi? She was helping me with the gingerbread house at first. I let her paint and everything. So I've been finishing up major details around the outside. So can you tell us something about what you like about the gingerbread house?
I like the decorations on the outside, and guys, it will be an update to it.
Come closer so people can see you.
It will be an update to it, and it will have a yard.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So yeah, we got a lot of work to do. Thanks, Gigi.
Yeah, you're welcome.
So I've cut the first angle. Now it wasn't hard, but definitely use a miter box just to get the angles. What you want to do is you want to line the trim up with the place where it's going. Then you want to find out where your angle is going to be and cut that. Then you want to line it up again with the bottom, and you want to see if it fits and cut and do the next piece, and I'll show you guys. So this is the angle that we cut. Think of a picture frame. You know how your picture frame is like this? So the bottom piece is going to have to match up with this. And then I'll have to go around this side and this side and this side. It's a lot of work, but it'll pay off. So y'all stay tuned. Okay, so I want to do this trim perfect because I looked at the next trim piece, and you know how they say the saying, beggars can't be choosers? Well, when I was picking out this particular trim, I got it from a Home Depot in California, and I'm not in California right now. So it's kind of like, oh my gosh, you got to do everything right. Get the perfect cut. And I think I can do it. No, I don't think I can do it. I know I can do it. So y'all wish me luck. I'm going to put all my perfectionist skills into this because the one that I'm working on, the same exact trim piece, this one seems a little bit, you know, knobbled, messed up on the side. And, you know, it just seemed kind of a little bit odd, but I'm thankful that I still have this. I'm just going to be very, very careful, you know, because like I said, I want this to be very perfect and professional looking. So you need good quality. So I've cut out my first piece. I made sure my angles are right, and I'll show you exactly what I mean. I'm not gonna lie. At first, I was like, you better take you some practice cuts. You know how like Rose and Jack were on Titanic, and we had on the silver handcuffs, and Rose was about to take that swing with that axe. He said, hold on, practice. And I think she got it on her first try, her second try. I hadn't seen the movie in a while. Because after a while, the movie started out romantic, but it turned into a horror movie. And I was like, I can't watch this no more. That ain't funny. But, yeah, the trim is right. Okay, so now we have just moved on to doing the second part of the trim. Do you really think I'm about to reinvent the wheel and measure each side? No. I'm going to take one from the other side. I'm going to copy and duplicate that one. And when I get to the front side, I'm going to take that measurement, copy, and duplicate it to the back. I'm not doing one by one anymore. It's about doing a little bit differently now. So you see this? Let's go ahead and duplicate it. Doesn't that look very nice and clean? So, yeah, the picture frame effect is what I'm gonna call this. And this is almost done. This is gonna be in the bag. I got this. You know what? Instead of painting this gold with spray paint, I'm gonna gold leaf this thing. I'm gonna go with gold leaf. I'm gonna see how that's gonna turn out. I hope it turns out nice. So I'm running into a few issues. Remember I was telling you guys about that second piece of trim? That second piece of trim that I'm thankful that I got because it's the only one I got. Beggars can't be choosers. Yeah, that trim. So I'm running into some issues, and I will show you guys. Not my own fault. Not my fault at all. I didn't know they were gonna do this. All right, so this is what I was saying. You see how it does not, like, for example, if I put this trim here, you know, there's a lip. You can see it from the back, there's a lip. So that's the issue. There's a lip issue. And now we have to really be selective to only use the good parts. Now, I don't want to have to splice two different parts together and have that seam in the middle. I don't want to. If I have to, I'll do that, but I don't think I have to do that. I'll just have to go around it and be very careful. But that's the issue with wood sometimes, especially when it comes from like a factory. The wood does warp. You know, it's just a natural product. It shrinks. So yeah, that's the issues. So it looked like about right here where I have the trim at, that's gonna be good. So I'm gonna go ahead and just cut from the middle. There was some jagged and some rough parts, but I have to do what I gotta do. It's the only trim that I have. So yeah.